All right, guys, welcome back to Pure Muscle Radio. The podcast is back in action. And for today's episode, you know what? Who and what is behind HD Muscle and the Pure Muscle and Fitness Gym? These guys, Noah Balboa, Dorian Heavy D Hamilton. What's up, guys?
Hey,
Yeah, so we never see each other, huh?
I know. It's been like, I don't know, a couple weeks now?
No, the thing with the gym that's really cool that I like is that people, when they go to work, they have like work friends, and they see their real friends like once every 3 weeks or whatever.
Or on the weekends or whatever.
Yeah, we see our friends every day,
Yeah, it's nice.
which is good, and sometimes like, you know,
Bad?
maybe if I'm annoying or something. But yeah, so the gym is getting pretty cool, right? Yeah. Now we got in the back we're expanding with the new there's gonna be a turf there and all that stuff. But if you guys didn't check the gym, you guys need to really come check it out. Because how many square feet do we have
In that space, the new space
in the
now?
whole gym?
Oh, do you know exactly?
It's close to like 40,000.
Yeah, but that.
Yeah, it's gonna be over 40,000 square feet. But yeah, mezzanine and everything.
Yeah.
Just really close to the mic a little bit. 20. How many you said? 70,000?
40,000.
40,000.
That's
So 70 was
soon
it?
70.
Take it easy.
Soon
Take it
70.
easy.
Was it Fusion that was 70?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's
that
what it
place
was.
is Pretty crazy.
Yeah, but still, come on. Like,
Yeah,
what?
this whole building is 70,000. So if we get the possibility or the chance to,
When?
I know, just a matter of when, right?
That's
It's
your
a matter
plan.
of time.
Yeah.
Yeah, Noah's like a visionary.
Yeah.
Right? You got visions.
Trying to
and-
paint the picture in your mind so you
Yeah,
go
yeah.
with it.
So when did you guys actually had the visions for this gym?
What do you think there?
Oh my gosh, I think a gym was always something we sort of talked about, but it was like I don't want to say like a pipe dream, but it was like every bodybuilder kid growing up that loves training probably thinks about that at some point. And then I built a gym at one of my homes.
Yeah.
And that was really cool. Enjoyed that. And then we were talking about HD Muscle.
Yeah.
Right? Starting that. We started looking for warehouses, just warehouse space for HD Muscle. And then it was Regan was thinking
Yeah.
about moving Flexplex to maybe Burlington. So we were like, oh, why don't we look for a warehouse for HD Muscle and also get something a little bigger so we could do a little private gym.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Just for friends, limited membership, something cool.
Yeah, I never actually thought we were going to ever have a gym.
No, I didn't think it would blow up to what it is now.
Like I remember you had your
Garage.
the garage, which was, I don't know, was it 1,500 square feet or something?
Yeah, it was about 1,500 square
Yeah,
feet.
and like you were obviously really into all the equipment, buying all those pieces and stuff. I think that's
Yeah,
what
very
sort of,
specific pieces.
yeah, that's where sort of that little spark happened. But I'm trying to think even, where did the idea come from with the gym? I remember being in Spain and then like, hearing that, people wanted to partner with you with the gym, something along those lines. And then I was like, oh, really? I was a little bit like, oh.
I think it was, honestly, I think HD Muscle was always the main focus.
Yeah.
And then when we were looking for a warehouse, I think that's when the wheels started spinning and we were like,
Yeah.
oh, we just get a bigger space and do like a private
Yeah.
semi-gym for us, content,
Yeah, warehouse.
warehouse.
Yeah, because I remember the first place we were looking, even all these things that we're implementing now with like the content room, posing room, all these different little ideas that we had was like 2008 when we first looked at the first space there in
Hold on,
Burlington.
2008 or 2018?
2018. Yeah.
2018. Oh, jeez.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, 2018.
Yeah, 2018.
Yeah, so you said the other day that you heard about Dorian having like project with the guys, and you said, wait a
Yeah.
minute.
Well, that's why and
Well,
then
it was supplements.
well, no,
first.
it's funny because like I remember being in Spain and like I was coming back and forth a lot, and I remember like hearing something about like some people wanted to do a gym with you, and I was like, oh really? Okay. I'm like, and that's what made me like, I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna sort of one up this year, and I'm gonna do something for his birthday with the
I
pre-workout.
should've brought that.
I know we probably have some. I think at our 5-year anniversary we should like come out with like an exclusive like vintage
Yeah.
like drop or whatever.
With the same old formula
Yeah,
or
I don't know,
the
maybe.
Label.
Yeah, just the same label.
the label? Yeah.
But yeah, so it was like the supplement was one thing I started up. And then that's when those two things sort of came together was the supplement and the gym.
Because even the supplement brand was something we always, again, we own nutrition stores, so we always talked about, like, oh, it'd be amazing to have your own supplement brand. We didn't know where to start, how would that look like, you know, going through all the Health Canada stuff here in Canada.
Manufacturing, all this stuff.
All
There's so
that
many
stuff.
different steps.
Where do you start, right? It's like, it's great to think of something, but then where do I start?
Yeah.
And then for my birthday, he surprised me, went to my friends, got all the ingredients I liked.
Yeah.
It made me a pre-workout. And then that sort of sparked, I was like, how did you do this? Like, where did you do it?
Yeah.
And that's what sparked, like, HD Muscle and looking into that and, like, seeing that, like, hey, we can actually do this.
Yeah. Thoughts become things.
Yeah.
Yeah. Says,
Build it and they will come.
Yeah.
says Kai
those
Green
two.
and 1,000 other people.
Yeah.
But so you had a nutrition store, and most people, I'm pretty sure, don't know that. Where did the word pure come from?
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Yeah, Pure was our first official business together, which was a nutrition store in 2007. We had opened. Well, I had worked at the supplement store as a co-op student in grade 12.
Yeah. So you're like 17 or 16,
Yeah,
17.
Noah was working there in the summertime, I think, picking up some shifts. Right?
Yeah, because I was coming home
Back
from
from
university. I was playing hockey, and I'd come home a little bit, and we'd start working a little bit there.
Yeah, so we were working there, and obviously loved supplements our entire life. Like since Noah started using them when he was like
when I was a baby.
Yeah, 14. You know, so and he's 4 years older than me, so he was always taking stuff, and I was always so intrigued by it. But so, we were working at the supplement store, and they ended up getting in trouble for like a whole bunch of illegal stuff, and they had to close the store. And then we were Noah was done university, and we were like, hey, like, you know, we could just take this spot over and redo it.
The funny thing is we were sort of looking for spots like months before that too, right? So just sort of like we were looking for spots, we couldn't find spots, and then this spot was available for us.
Yeah, it became available. And at that time, we were sort of running the store, I think,
Pretty
almost.
much,
It was like people were coming there because of Noah and I and like everyone at the gym. So we were like, you know what? And then we started thinking of names, and we came up with, you know, Pure Nutrition.
Pure with no E and two little dots in the U.
There was no dots. It was just PUR. We were
There wasn't any dots.
Oh,
it was just PUR.
it's in my head, I guess.
Is that French or not?
Yeah, it's a Trémor is a French.
It's French Canadian, right? We're French Canadian.
Yeah. But yeah, pure with no E.
Yeah. And then like I remember
people coming in for cat food. They thought it was Pur.
Oh my gosh.
Pur Nutrition.
Wow.
I thought there were buckets of cat food.
Yeah.
No way.
But the logo was like, didn't we like sort of take like Muscle Tech reminisce with the oval and then
around it? Because back then, J&J was always wearing the Muscle Tech shirts.
Yeah, with the oval.
Oh, with the muscle thing. Yeah.
And we ended up creating the Pure Nutrition.
Yeah. But why pure? Why the word pure?
We just wanted something that just represented, like, I don't know. We just felt like it.
Pure authenticity.
It's
like the word, the definition, what it stood for.
Yeah.
You know,
That's cool.
It's clean, quality.
Yeah, so Pure's been going on since what year was that?
2007, yeah.
2007. So you guys were like 20 years old. You were 20 years old.
He was like 18, 19. Yeah, it was like
high school.
23 at
Because
university.
people like wonder like, how come like how did they build all this stuff? Like, wait, but dude, they've been going at it for like. So let's say if it's like you were 17,
16, 17 years, right?
Yeah.
Been
It's
like
a long time.
You've been in the industry 17 years already.
Yeah.
And we're not even
and
that old.
Noah started using supplements when he was 14. I
Yeah.
started using them when I was probably a little younger. Like it's, you know, so it's been like a part of our lives.
It's fun. I
Training
wouldn't.
and supplements and all everything that we're doing now, we've been doing since we were like really, really young.
The funny thing is, the supplements. The only reason I started taking supplements is because our aunt, who's a diabetic, to Elizabeth,
NHF, the Jonathan Bailey
yeah,
stuff.
gave me protein, glutamine, and creatine monohydrate, and I was taking all that because I wanted to be a great hockey player.
What was the brand?
It was called NHF. Jonathan Bailey was on it, right?
Yeah, the protein was the clumpiest, like worst protein in the
God.
world. Maybe that's how protein started.
Yeah.
But I remember the glutamine, creatine, doing the load on the creatine monohydrate.
Yeah,
so
with grape juice, Welch's grape juice.
yeah, the sugars.
Remember the feeling though of like going to GNC when you were a kid?
Oh, yeah.
And like seeing all the supplements.
Yeah,
and
so
it was just,
nervous.
like, or you go over to the States and you'd see they'd have the stuff that was like in the glass.
Oh, yeah.
box that was
Hardcore
locked
stuff.
up with the
Yeah.
animal stuff that had like androstenedione in it. And
Natural testosterone.
Yeah.
I remember I'd be so nervous in there because I didn't want to grab anything because I didn't know what anything was, and I thought like the person working was like sort of like, what's he grabbing? Like,
That's funny.
yeah, it's like, I was always nervous to go in there.
Yeah, I think one of my first supplements, of course, creatine. And then my first whey that I bought was at like the French version of a Shoppers, Jean Coutu or something like that, or Pharmaprix. And there was the Weider protein powder.
Oh, wow.
And back then it was trendy to do like egg, half whey, or like powdered egg protein.
Better
It was like-
absorption, or
no, it wasn't. It wasn't better absorption.
okay.
It was like chalk. It was like the chalk we have here at the gym.
it's tasty.
Yeah, it didn't taste too bad, but it was pretty like
Yeah.
old school, I
Yeah,
guess.
well, for sure.
But yeah, and creatine with the loading.
The loading phase and
Great, 5 grams. It was like, what was it, like 15 grams for 3 weeks with like grape juice?
yeah,
Yeah.
does it blow up like a water balloon?
You can always tell the guys too that when you were young,
Yeah.
it was like if they were on a creatine monohydrate load, it's like, and you were like 14, 15, 16,
Yeah.
you were young, they just had this like milk bag,
Yeah.
like puffy arms. Like, it was like they're on the mono.
Yeah, mono.
Because it was mono back then. Then they went away from that. Then we went back to that, right?
Oh yeah, it's the best, right?
Yeah. Yeah, that's cool.
And then Celtec, remember when that came
Oh
out?
man, that was great.
It's a good product.
What was the one Anator or whatever?
The Antoine changes your genetics.
Wow, that was cool.
Yeah.
It tastes weird, but it was so good. All the muscle tech stuff was fun to take.
Yeah.
And then it was, I remember No Explode,
Well, BSN because Ronnie was
BSN,
with it.
Ronnie Coleman.
Products.
That was cool. All the animal stuff,
The
obviously.
most iconic is Celtec. Their before and afters.
Yeah.
And then Jay was taking Celtec.
It's actually a good product.
Well, it's very good, but it's like dextrose and creatine
monohydrate
and
alpha-lipoic-
RLA,
yeah,
right?
Alpha lipoic acid and some sodium.
That's pretty good.
It's good.
Simple but effective.
Should bring Cell HD, right? Bring it back, overpriced. That's cool, man.
Yeah.
The crazy thing is when you think back to like what that was selling for though, like what it's cost to put together dextrose.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Creatine monohydrate at that time cost nothing. Like literally a bottle of that was like probably like $4.
But their branding and marketing was like
60.
they were all branding and marketing, right?
Yeah.
With the whole before and after stuff.
Yeah, funny story about before and after, because when my first sponsor was a VPX, Redline, all that stuff. I think it went under now, right?
Oh, really? No, they're still around, aren't
Jack Holwalk.
Something I think I remember heard something happen.
Anyway, doesn't matter. But so I was 8 weeks out from, I think the 2011 Arnold Amateurs or something like that. I go in Florida, and then I do with the before, 8 weeks out. And then I go there, and Jack is like, tells the girls, like, he's not fat enough. Like, what are we going to do with this? Like, I thought he'd be out of shape, because I guess he was a little bit disconnected of, like, who was going. But and then I went, and he's like, okay, well, you know what? So stand over there, put your belly out as far as you can, and put your shoulders back as far as you can, and slouch.
Wow.
I remember these in the
Yeah.
magazine. before and after.
The best one was oh my gosh, what's his name?
Hey, Justin, can you
What's
do
that?
a Google search of
Lee Priest one.
VPX,
Yeah,
Antoine Vaillant before and
The
after?
Lee Priest before and after was
He's
the
like-
ones
he's
that
like
just
eating
got
KFC.
everyone.
He was eating
Yeah.
KFC, a big bucket of
Yeah,
it.
he was like 700 pounds, and then he became like, and then he became just jacked and ripped.
I know.
It was like so like
Yeah.
Cut.
And then 8 weeks.
Hydroxycut, yeah.
Then I go back 8 weeks later, around the show, whatever, and he tells me like flex your hat as much as you can, shoulders wide. I was literally like making my waist as small as possible, flexing everything, standing
and
like
you're in the
big.
same shape.
No, it was 8 weeks later, but I was like super shredded.
Okay,
you know? It was for Meltdown, I think. Was it Meltdown?
Yeah.
I don't know if it's there somewhere.
Okay.
You know in the center, I have the blue shorts.
Shorts.
So this is from that time.
That's the
Okay. Wow.
But I don't know. VPX, Redline. So I was like 20
I
there.
remember going to the Arnold that year, and there was a big poster up top of the VPX booth, and it was you doing a kick,
Yeah.
right?
First time I go to an expo to work at a booth, I go there and like I was like projected on like huge.
Well, that's pretty cool.
I was like,
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I was like, I don't know if you were with me that year. Then I went to go look for him. I think you might have been with me.
Oh, really?
Then we went to go look for him, and then I'm like, where's Antoine? Because I didn't know Antoine at the time, but he was same age as me. We're both in Canada. He was like killing it in the bodybuilding scene. And then I went to the booth, and I was like, the fuck, that's Antoine. you were like a sack of potatoes.
I know.
You were like off season. Like
I know,
just like
that's
off
why I kind of
everything.
felt bad because like,
Yeah.
wow, like I'm
In a
catfishing
t-shirt,
everybody.
and you were just like
hanging
I
out.
was like,
Yeah. Who's this
fuck,
guy?
That's him. I
yeah.
was like, I can do that then.
Yeah. I was pretty relaxed in the off season, to be honest. Type Justin Meltdown VPX ad. So maybe that
What
will
year
come.
was it?
That was like 2000. That was 20.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's
like 8 or 9 or 2008.
yeah, it's 2008,
I
2009.
had to do a little bit of digging, I guess.
Yeah, it's okay. you know. But I think sometimes people send me that stuff. They find old magazine, they send it to me.
They actually had great products like that NO shotgun back then. Remember, it tasted so bad.
Yeah,
It was a good product.
why did it taste the aftertaste?
It tastes
I
like
remember
apple
that.
cider or
They
something.
had so much leucine in it, right?
okay.
Leucine's like tastes horrible.
Yeah, it was like rotten apple cider.
Yeah. You
Yeah.
sit there and just literally at the
I-
kitchen counter and shotgun it.
Yeah,
okay,
pretty much.
2, 3.
And like the gagging too. Like,
Yeah.
that was bad.
Yeah.
I still remember those days doing that.
Oh yeah.
The worst flavor of the NO shotgun was black cherry.
Well, that's when they start taking
No,
good.
those-
Dude,
those
before
were
that,
good.
You're talking about that was when they were in the canisters like this. Before
Yes.
that,
Yeah.
it was in a smaller one. It didn't even have a flavor on it.
No, it was rotten apple cider was the flavor.
There was no flavor. It was just like VPX and a shotgun.
yeah.
No flavor.
It was bad, but it was good.
Yeah, it worked good.
One thing that was good about VPX was that zero impact bar.
Oh, the pumpkin.
Those were good.
Yeah.
Those were good. They go.
Yeah.
Yeah, was it like a whole? Was it a whole
stopped-
food bar? Or,
They stopped that.
Had MCT oil.
yeah, those were. I killed them when we used to work at the store. I'd have like one a day
You'd
forever.
open them, they'd be like wet.
Oily.
Oh yeah, a little bit oily. Yeah, because the fats in there too. Yeah,
oils.
yeah.
Man.
Those are good.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, the impact bar. Wow.
Zero impact.
That's a different
the
one.
blue
So
one.
it's the blue one.
The blue one.
Yeah, the blue one. Those bring back memories.
Up at the top there in the corner,
Yeah.
that's the pumpkin. That's the nutrition facts. I think they're 360 calories, were they?
Damn, those were good. Those were very good.
Can you blow that up?
What's the calories say on that? I think they were close to 400 though. 440. 440?
It was-
Let's see.
Oh, interesting.
Come on. See how good my memory is. I'm going to say 440.
Where is it? Where is it? Drum roll.
440!
Wow.
I have good eyes. I can't see shit.
Yeah, I can see 4. You can't see 440?
Not from here.
Wow.
Nothing. I have bad
You
vision.
need LASIX.
Funny I can remember that. Eh?
LASIX.
A6, the diuretic.
Isn't it? No, what is it? Isn't it LASIK? The eye
LASIK
surgery?
eye surgery?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it'd be LASIK. Like, am I that watery right now? Jeez. Little trip to the hospital.
But yeah, we just got off track there. Where were
Oh
we?
yeah, man. Pure was the name of Pure.
Yeah, how it all
We
started.
weren't really on track, off track. I think we're just
Yeah. We're just talking.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, we started HG Muscle. We got this place, and we were like, it was supposed to be half gym and small warehouse.
Yeah.
Sorry, I guess half and half. And then we
Pretty
were building
much.
it out. We were enjoying it so much that we were like ordering all this equipment. And
Well, Dorian was ordering all this equipment.
yeah, I love equipment. So we actually built like a wall for a warehouse and everything. And then we were like, okay, you know what? Let's put HD Muscle on the back burner. We'll do it maybe next year. And let's just do this all gym. So the full 11,000 square feet. Let's not do a warehouse here. Let's maximize the space. And let's just try and get like 300 members.
Yeah.
So that's how we started. Remember, we even built change rooms. Remember the 2 change rooms we built?
Yeah.
And then because we ordered so much equipment,
Yeah.
we couldn't fit the equipment, so we ended up demoing
Yeah. It was
change rooms.
a 20K build, 20K demo.
Yeah, 25K to build it, and then we couldn't fit the equipment.
For nothing.
20K of machines.
Yeah, might as well just throw the money in a fire and burn it all.
Jeez.
Yeah. But yeah, then we started, and we opened, and it got to 300 members really quickly, and then from there we were like, okay, I guess
Yeah.
just
It's pretty cool because I've talked to like some people that are started coming now and stuff, and they would hear like when it first, I guess it was it
2019.
2019, like the April, the May, the June, July, and they just knew it was like this like hardcore bodybuilding gym. Only elite athletes were allowed to go.
Allowed?
Yeah, allowed. Yeah, backdoor access. You almost had to be like invite only type thing. And I think that sort of like created a little bit of like this like it's sort of almost like a good marketing tool in a sense because people like wanted to go to this place, right? But they weren't allowed in a way.
That's funny. Like when I was a kid, Nitro Gym. You remember Nitro Gym?
Yeah.
There was a rumor, and I asked the owner like not too long ago because I went back there, and I said, "Was it true that at the beginning there was a scale at when you enter the gym and that you had to be over 200 pounds to train there?"
Wow.
That he kind of like didn't say it, but like there was a rumor that was real going around.
That's fun though.
Yeah.
That's fun.
Yeah. And then if you press the biggest dumbbells in the gym, they were 165 at the time. You could have like a 3-year membership.
No way.
Yeah, because then you would have the big guy in there. You know,
That's good.
so that was cool. So that was 2019, right? That first opened. Then COVID hit.
Yeah.
That was annoying.
Yeah, and then the next year, right when COVID hit, we launched HD Muscle and started
right.
another warehouse.
Yeah, I think it was basically summer 2019 we were able to slowly open up to the public.
And I mean that wasn't easy.
Yeah, no.
We hit some major
yeah,
roadblocks.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, with the COVID stuff.
No, actually before COVID, just with the city and permits, and we didn't actually do. We were rookies, right? So we didn't do a lot of things that
No, basically it was zoned for a gym, right? So the space that we rented or leasing, whatever you want to call it, it was zoned for a gym. But the problem is the development charges that were paid on it were only for office and warehousing. And if you choose to use a square footage for a gym,
retail,
there's a different development charge
Yeah.
per square foot. So we were faced with like, we couldn't even open, like it was like a lot of money.
So they were charging taxes on.
taxes on the square footage, and it was like it was a six-figure. It was a six-figure check. We had to go to the city of Burlington, and here you go. Thank you.
Yeah, which we didn't even have. We had to like try and come up with. It was very stressful.
Whoa.
Yeah, so that was fun. But but then like in the summertime, 2019, things were starting to pick up. We were getting more and more people coming, and like we were getting, this is starting to happen, right? And
I think
then
we got up to like 500, 600 members.
Yeah, and then that's when we circled back to HD Muscle to sort of get all the sort of formulations together.
No, even with Pure, man, we were only open for like 6-7 months before we had to close.
No, I know. Yeah. Not even.
It was a double.
We were officially allowed to be open October of 2019.
And then literally
4 months later,
we had to close.
Yeah.
So like we got hit like some shit.
Yeah, you got kicked in the pants.
It's pretty cool because where others like folded and would have folded, you guys kind of like just doubled up.
We were lucky in a way because during that the fall of 2019, we circled back to HD Muscle to get everything going there, and then we were able to
use the gym for content.
Yeah, we launched HD Muscle January of 2020, and like Dorian said, there we were able to now start using the gym for content.
Yeah.
So at least we could use it. We couldn't be open to the public for the gym, but at least for HD Muscle, we were able to use the gym daily, shoot content. So when we launched HD, we were like, oh my gosh, what are we going to do? Like, we're launching during a pandemic. How can we provide value and build an audience and build a community for HD Muscle? So we're like, let's just try and give, our audience as much value as possible. They're sitting at home. They're stuck inside. So we were like, we hooked up with Big 3 Media, Laura, and we just started shooting. And I think it's Steph at that time too. Eye for Eye Media was helping us. And we were just like, let's just pump out as much YouTube content as possible. And then with you and then Big Mike, came to the gym. He was looking for somewhere to train. So we're like, hey, listen, man, if you want somewhere to train, we can only shoot content. So he came in, was training you, and,
Yeah, that was cool.
Built the brand, I think, off a shitty situation. I think we were able to gain a lot of traction with HD Muscle because when other people were pulling back and other people were like scared, we were pushing forward and trying to look at solutions, how we can provide value to our audience and build a community.
I feel like a lot of the legacy brands they were so big that they needed to do a big pivot during that period, and we were actually sort of like sprinting out the gates there a little bit. So we were to create some traction. Yeah,
it was cool. And during that time also, the trampoline guy was like, screw this, I'm out.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that was like sort of a blessing for us because we really went through the ringer with like opening up this, the 1,100 or 11,000, 12,000 square feet we originally had. So when this next space was available, that was like, we walked in there, we're like, wow, this is...
Let me explain real quick to the listeners. So originally, OG Pure was like 11,000 square feet. And in the big building, the unit to the next was a... End unit to the next was like a trampoline place for kids.
Yeah, kids playground place.
Packed. It's called a rock and jump, I think it was called.
Yeah, and this place was not going out of business. They were thriving,
And Noah and I had always been like, we everything that we sort of envision always comes to fruition. But we were like, man, imagine like we could get that space next door one day and just like expand this and just blow through the wall here and just like triple the space. So we already had thought this.
Yeah, but it was not going to happen because this guy was doing very well.
Yeah.
But then COVID happened.
Then the pandemic happened. And like, nobody wants to be in a pool full of germs, like it's jumping around in foam pits with sick kids.
Yeah, he tried to hold on as long as he could, but I would say within 8 months he was like, he had to close up, and then we were like, okay, there's an opportunity here for us to expand, but again, scary because COVID, everything's shut down. We didn't know, but we knew at the end of the day to build this place out, it was going to take us 8-9 months, you know what I mean, to build everything how we need it. So we knew we had some time there, and we just worked out a good deal with the landlord that we had some free months and some buffer.
And it was good for the landlord too, right? Because he had someone that wanted to go in right away and sort of take over that space, right? Where not too many people are eager to take over space during that time. So,
And then we also, by the time we did open it, we worked with the city to be able to open up our gym legally for people there was a disability act here in Ontario. So basically, if you had a doctor's note saying you need it for health reasons, so that actually was another really positive thing for the gym.
that was at the
people in.
Yeah, that was
all over.
at the tail end of COVID, though.
You know what's funny? Like, everybody needs to work out for health.
No, I know.
So it's
I know, but the thing is, COVID, I think, really made everyone aware that like how important mental health is, social health, and obviously physical health is. So I think there was actually a lot of good things that came from that. People became aware how important it is.
Every struggle you overcome, you come out better. And people, like, when you're by yourself in your house, you face your demons, you go deeper in the pits, or you kind of like find yourself more. We're talking to this girl at Aris Nutrition. She started working out because of COVID, and now she freaking loves it. And she's like, super into it and stuff. So there's a lot of good thing that happens because of COVID, including Pure 2.0 and a bunch of other stuff. But let's go back a little bit. So look at this picture here.
Oh boy! Whoa.
Look at that hair on Noah.
Well, I need a tan.
So this is Noah pre-Balboa.
Yeah.
And Dorian was a mid-D, not heavy, middleweight D.
173 pounds there.
Yeah.
Yeah, so what show was that?
Years old. That was my first
Yep.
or second?
Yeah, the first one.
Yeah, it was 2005. Yeah, it was my first competition.
17?
Yeah.
That's
Believe
crazy.
it or not, man. I had those pipes at like pushing 19 inches natural.
Remember,
That's good, huh?
Yep.
Yeah,
The
Noah.
concentration curls. So always had the concentration curls.
Squeeze the shit out of those concentration curls.
Preacher curl.
Hey, Noah told me he'd always see me at the gym doing the preacher curl, right?
Yeah, religious. Just like just with his training, obviously so intense with everything, so like mind focused, like body focused, and he'd just be like
squeezing. So like
everything was like that, even bench. Just like
I try to get the most out of it, right? The muscle. But like I read, what stuck with me? I read the Arnold. The only book I've ever read in my life was the Arnold Encyclopedia.
Yeah.
So and when he was talking about the biceps, and when you do preacher curl, he was like, you need to get in your mind, and you need to picture it's a mountain as you're squeezing. It's like, you know what I mean? So I was like, what I took from that was like, really concentrate on the muscle and flex it and squeeze it and be in tune with it. So from a young age, I was very, particular with my training and
even the triceps. I remember like your rope press downs were always so
Squeezing
strict
the
and just
shit out of
squeezing as hard as he could.
Probably the only kid who trained strict.
Yeah,
to be
probably.
honest.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. So I remember that you brought Dorian into the gym. You're kind of the guy who started this bodybuilding and training journey, right?
I guess so in a way. Yeah.
So what did you? When was that?
Oh man, my memory is not amazing. with
my
all that
long-term
stuff.
memory is
Yeah,
incredible.
Yeah, he's got a better memory with that stuff.
yeah.
But like I remember like when I was training, I was pretty big for like my age at the time because obviously I was taking supplements and training. But then he was pretty young. You were dieting too because you had stomach issues. So you were starting to diet like grade 6 or 7.
Yeah, grade 6, 7.
And he was a chubby kid when he was obviously a child, but then he started dieting and then he wanted to work out. I remember my first thing was like, oh no, just do like the calisthenics, right? Like the push-ups, the pull-ups, the dips, the sit-ups.
Yeah.
And you
don't want to stunt your growth.
Yeah, no. But then he was doing that religiously, and
I was doing everything I could in the basement. I was like, because I had that stomach problem Noah was talking about, I had to like do cross elimination with food. So I was really trying to figure out like, why is my digestive system so messed up? It's a whole nother story, which I figured out.
Yeah.
But that sort of started me creating good habits.
How old were you with that?
oh man,
I was like, I was 12, 11,
So at 12, he was already dieting and doing
I already started like
he had to though.
cooking eggs and making egg sandwiches. I started watching my diet. So at a very young age, and I started running. I started doing pull-ups.
all by yourself?
Remember the ab roller?
The ab roller.
I used to do
was
the
one
ab roller all the time.
Oh man, I would roll the shit out of that thing. That thing was really good, man. You do it, and my triceps, pecs, abs, everything would be sore the next day.
Yeah, the little
Lats.
12-year-old pumps.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
But
And
yeah,
then-
that's sort of.
I can't remember when you sort of got into the gym. It was
Well,
YMCA, right?
Yeah, well, then Noah was 4 years older than me, right? So he was already in high school, and he was like exploding. He was like the biggest kid in high school.
Yeah, it was
huge
great.
arms.
Yeah. I had no problems. It was great, like being like a jack kid when you're like young like that, going to grade 9.
Yeah, I thought he was
Yeah.
like the coolest thing like in the world, right? So I was like looking at my brother, like, oh my god, she's like so strong. He's huge. He's jacked. And at that time, like Arnold's in the movies,
Yeah,
Sylvester
that's right.
Stallone.
Yeah.
All of our heroes are guys that are jacked. So it's like, and I liked working out. So, and then seeing the results that Noah was getting, I knew like, oh, like this is a shoo-in for me. This is my brother. Like he looks like.
It's like your destiny.
Yeah, it's my destiny. My name's Dorian.
Dorian
Yates
Yates. Yeah, I
behind me.
remember that
He was
one.
Mr. Olympia.
Yeah.
So Noah's bringing home the magazines. He's like, oh, look, Dorian Yates.
Yeah, that's
so,
cool.
Yeah, so for me, it was like, I knew if my brother was already doing some of the groundwork and, researching about supplements and training, and then he's passing that along to me, I have a upper hand here on everyone else, you know what I mean? And at that time I was playing a little bit of hockey, so I was like, hey, if I can start training and getting stronger, I'm going to be better at hockey or sports or, So then, I've got my first gym membership. The YMCA opened up between grade 8 and grade 9.
It was great because there was a brand new YMCA right by the Waterdown High School. So that was like perfect timing.
Burlington.
No, Waterdown, just north of
So
Burlington.
it's
Small
closed.
town.
Obviously closed now.
No, it's still there. Yeah. But we were able to actually utilize the gym when it was brand new, which is pretty cool.
Yeah. And then I remember when I went in there, Noah would bring me in and so grade 9, say for example, let's fast forward a little bit because I started in grade 8 summer. But I remember I was very strong, very young. And I remember I'd go in there with Noah and like he'd put 2 plates on the bar and he just like helped me as little as possible until I could do it myself. So he was just like,
That's everyone's dream, 80 to 225,
Yeah.
when you're born a young kid, right? That's
so by grade 10, 11, I was already benching like 3 plates. I was really strong, but I was always working out because everyone knew Noah and I was like Noah's younger brother. Like everyone at the gym knew Noah, like whether it was Glenn Watson, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
All those guys. So I started working out with guys that were 4 or 5 years older than me, which always pushed me. Like if I was working out with kids that were 14, they're weak.
Yeah, no chance.
Fuck around.
Yeah, I was working out with guys that were borderline becoming men, so it pushed me. I think it put me in a different mindset, right? You hang out with guys that are stronger and bigger than you, it's going to rub off on you.
Yeah.
So when we were younger, obviously, it's pretty cool because I'm the oldest of all my cousins and brothers, so I don't have an older brother. Maybe it would have helped, because
I think it would.
I mean, my dad wasn't always there, so it's like my parental figure was like Duke Nukem and Arnold and Stallone. So this is what man's supposed to be like. So I was, that was just my only guidance. But you had your dad was there and your brother was
Well,
there.
it all comes down to like perception and belief, right? So it's like if you believe something when you're growing up, it's like I believed. Like I looked at my brother and I was like, oh, he's like the alpha male. I had this vision of how I looked at my brother and my family, or my dad at that time was actually doing really well with real estate. So when you have this confidence in your family,
you see it's possible right from the get-go.
right? So for me, it's like I had a lot of confidence in myself. I never did well in like team when I played hockey and stuff. I didn't really do too well in like team environments for some reason.
Well, if you relied on yourself, maybe.
But if I relied on myself, I liked the idea of bodybuilding because I was like, you know what, this is all my efforts. It's on me. I can control the variables. So I really liked bodybuilding. Don't get me wrong, I did like hockey. Hockey I loved when I played in my community and I knew the guys. But what happened was I think like my dad wanted us to be great hockey players. So he would get me to go try out for teams, say in Toronto in the GTA, AAA at that time. And I'd feel very uncomfortable because I was thrown into situations where all these kids are friends. They all grew up together and you're the odd man out, right? So I'd show up to these things and I'd be like, I feel like the odd man out. No one talks to me. And then not only that, you couldn't put me today in a more uncomfortable position. I don't get uncomfortable because on top of that, my dad would show up as they're like, let's say, for example, you made it to the finals and you're doing like games or something like that. I'm showing up as they're lacing up going out. So I'm like showing up and everyone's like, look at this fucking idiot, right? I'm showing up like my dad gets me there when they're already on the ice. So
because you were late.
Yeah, so it's like I've been put in all these very uncomfortable situations
at a young age,
with the coaches shaking their head at you and shit. Like it's my fault. I'm 12 years old. I'm an 11-year-old kid. You know?
Wow.
Funny.
Yeah, I can relate to that. And hockey, I didn't want to level up because I wanted to do it with my friends, but I never liked it. Even football, I do it for my dad. I didn't like it. So when I started doing my martial arts by myself in the field for hours on end, obsessing over one move, this is what I loved. And bodybuilding was kind of similar. Just all the results are, affected by your own results. Just efforts, just you.
Yeah, there's no other variable. Like you can eliminate a lot of variables if you want.
Yeah,
right. When you're on team things, then there's a lot of variables in the place, right?
Yeah.
But if you're, focused on a sport where it's just, more or less you.
But again, I think it probably does come to like belief and confidence though. Because when I did play in Flamborough and I knew everyone and I was confident and I believed in myself and like I had the oh my gosh, what do you call it? The support of all the teammates and they were like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I flourished. I was good. But because there was doubt when I go play for these other teams, I didn't know people. I didn't believe in myself. I was
that's the mind, right? Yeah, that's the mind. Like,
I think you kept that with you your whole life because you like to include your friends in everything that you do. Really, you wouldn't work alone in an office with none of your friends included. I find or family.
No, yeah.
So I feel like everything you did, you kind of like brought all your friends with you and your family with you, and now because it is literally a family business.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, so. And friends business.
It's a lot funner doing anything, I think, that you're succeeding at with the people you love or your friends, your family. You know what I mean? Doing it together, right?
Yeah, 100%. So this is all like good, but when you were younger, was there any conflict? Because me and my brother, he was 3 years younger than me, and we would fight sometimes. I would be mean to my brother and stuff.
I might have been mean a few times, just as a natural older brother, but there was never any any beef really ever.
No
beef.
Like me and Noah were always good together. Me and my sister were always good together. Even like us, like as far as business goes, I don't even know, but like we had the paper route. I mean, you had it before me, and then I took it over from you. Like, so we were actually like delivering newspapers sort of together. And then we started like cutting grass together, probably like, I don't know, were we 9, 10?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Cruising around the survey, cutting grass.
It must be like
shoveling driveways,
personalities, and then maybe how we were raised, right?
Yeah, like he would screw with me, his younger brother. So
but not as much as I've heard stories of like other older brothers. I'm like, holy smokes! Like,
I've heard stories of people like just punching each other, like
never
actual
really,
fights.
There was a couple of things I tried torturing.
No, but it was like in fun, but wasn't fun for me. It was fun for him.
What about the pillow story? Remember?
Yeah, like stuff like that. So like I don't know if anyone else ever experienced this with other brothers, but like so there's a couple things he'd do.
What's that going to say about me?
It was
some
series.
internal issues or what?
Young. Like,
it was
listen.
like a series. It would happen like maybe once a month or something. But it would be like he'd hold my arms down, pin me to here, and then he'd do the like control his spit, and it would come down, and then he'd suck it up, and I'm like, no, right? And then he would dig his chin into my chest and tickle me and hold me down. So it was like a mind fuck of different emotions. Right? So
Torture.
Now he's tickling me, but painful tickles, right?
That's horrible.
And I'm like, like you're freaking out. And then it goes from that to a pillow on the face, suffocating me until the brink of death. And then pulls it off.
That's horrible. I guess I was toughening him up. I guess he's tougher than me, right?
He's laughing hysterically.
Oh yeah, well, it's all like things brothers do.
You know what, though? I never got angry though. I was never mad about it. I was never like, I'm gonna go tell mom. I was just like, no, it's just what brothers do.
Yeah, that's funny.
Chill.
Yeah, I was mean to my brother sometimes. Called him fat.
Yeah.
I was fat shaming him.
Oh really?
Yeah. I don't know why I was doing that.
Wow, interesting.
I don't know. Maybe it just didn't compute with me. But
were you trying to get him to push him? Maybe that's why you're trying to make fun of him. To get him to,
maybe because back then I was just like confused. Like my childhood wasn't like all 100% good all the time. So at some point, it's like when you're a kid and something's happening in your household and you don't know what's happening, you think it's your fault and you're internalizing everything. I wouldn't be able to express my emotions at home, so it would just like spill out as violence at school and stuff. But
everyone has different childhoods, right? Like even mine and Noah's childhood is like
totally different.
We grew up in the same neighborhood, but like I had, I guess, like a couple really good close friends that were my age. That, like we were inseparable.
Yeah.
Like
I
every
hung
day.
out with like guys that you're older than me.
Yeah, older.
right?
Than
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, it's different.
cool.
Yeah.
So
I
what
was
would
probably
you
looking for an older brother.
maybe sometimes I think when you have a older brothers, it's like you already have an example right there. That you're learning faster,
Yeah.
you're walking faster. All the things that you learned, you probably learned faster because
Yeah, the
know?
standard.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there's so many benefits to having an older brother, right? It just makes you cooler too. Your confidence is like, I knew all the good music, I knew all the good clothes because he was doing it all, right?
Yeah, that's cool.
You know what I mean? It was cool to have that growing up.
So any I had this question there. Is there anything you can name that your brother is better than you at?
Oh, that's an easy one. He's more disciplined.
Oh my god!
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you're to be honest, Noah. I think you're the best part-time bodybuilder in the world.
Yeah.
That was one
When
of
am I
your first
getting? When am I getting my award for that?
Yeah, well, maybe here. See that? Right here. Award.
Yeah. Speaking of which, we actually got it here for you.
Oh, what? No.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Gold medal.
Does it say part time on it?
You know, this is actually the medal for the
The show next
Pure
week.
Muscle
Those
Championships.
are huge, eh?
Yeah, yeah.
Should I wear that or?
Yeah, put it on. Put it on right now. You want to try it? It's pretty cool, though.
Yeah.
Look at this nice medal. So the Pure Muscle Championships, April 1st. I think the podcast might be, I don't know if it's going to be out before or after, but yeah. But what would you say one thing that Noah's better than you at?
Wow.
Traveling?
I mean, are we talking about right now, or are we talking about like growing up, or
Whatever, yeah.
I mean, I think I think I'm getting better at it, but I think Noah's been really like lived a balanced life. You know what I mean? He knows when to work. He knows when to like let loose, have fun. Like, you know what I mean? He's very balanced and has experienced lots of different things, traveling the world. Where I think I was so like fixated on like I kind of lived in a box because I wanted like certain success. But like at the end of the day, when I look back, I'm like, did I really need to like be that like in a box?
Obsessed,
Yeah, you know what I mean? When does it become an obsession?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
The thing is, though, it's made you like who you are today now. So that's, you know.
I think that I've always said that. That's like, I think you two complete each other.
Yeah.
You know, like,
You
sometime-
complete me. What is that from? Isn't that from something?
I don't know.
Jerry Maguire.
Jerry
Maguire.
You had me at hello.
Yeah.
That's funny. But yeah, so I guess I have one more question before we can end this out. Because what's the timeline here, Justin?
Oh, wow.
41 minutes?
Wow.
That's good. Yeah, so I said 40. Yeah. So now that all of this is set up, what is it like in store, kind of like next coming up, like for the gym and the HD Muscle?
It's funny. It's funny because me and Noah, like I had this conversation with him the other day. We always like, it's easy to focus on what you don't have and what you want, right?
Yeah.
But like I told him, I was like, it's all perspective. You know, when you sit back and actually look at what we've accomplished and how much we've grown in the last 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, it's crazy. So when you think about the future, it's very exciting, right? Because you see how much we've accomplished. But when you're in the moment, you think it's going slow, but in the grand scheme of things, every time someone comes back to the gym here, hasn't been here for like a month, 2 month, 3 month, 4 month, they're like, holy smokes, it's always changing, right? So yeah, it's like, I think the future is very exciting for Pure, for HD. We have so much, plans, and there's opportunities, and it's just,
Yeah, like to sum it up, maybe it's like obviously with HD, it would be amazing to obviously keep on growing internationally. This gym here, obviously, just keep on growing it inside and make this a hub.
Sharpen
Yeah, sharpen it up, polish it up, and just make this like the hub for everything we're doing with this the coaching, whether it's the training, whether it's the equipment, which we'd even touch base on, but we can meet another time. But the supplements, everything that's here, just everything. Just make this the hub.
Like right now, we feel like mission accomplished with the gym. The first and foremost was having the best equipment in the world, the best variety, and the most of it.
Yeah, we do have that 100%.
So now we're trying to look outside of that and be like, how can we make the gym better and level it up outside of that? So now we're implementing things like, having a nicer lounge area for the community, implementing some shops, some stores for clothing, for supplements, different amenities,
The content room.
Yeah, we have
another
media
posing
room.
room.
Good podcast room, I guess.
Podcast room. So everything under this roof here, just evolving and
Offering more services, like we have, now there's the IV vitamins there and the
cold plunge.
the cold plunge tub. So being able to implement all these things where when people come to Pure Muscle and Fitness, whatever they want, it's like it's here for them. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
we have the therapist, mesotherapist, and we're talking about like barber stuff.
Yeah, barber. I mean, we want to potentially at some point do like a cafeteria type thing as well at the front. You know, we can offer like some good healthy alternative foods. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess when you said it's going pretty, it feels like it's going slow. But when you're a kid, you like everything was like slower.
Yeah,
But your
like
parents were
summer-
like, "Wow, you're going so fast."
Summer vacation felt like it was forever.
I know, but it's like this, when you're in it, it feels slow. But if you look like,
Yeah.
you know, as long as there's progress,
If you
yeah,
remove
that's what you want.
yourself and then look in, there's a lot that's been happening.
Yeah.
So that's cool. So, guys, thanks. I'll see you in 1 minute after this because
awesome.
we always see each other. But thanks for watching or listening to this episode of Pure Muscle Radio. Subscribe and share it. I hope you enjoyed it. If there's a comment section below, I'm sure there is one. Just comment and maybe tag some guests you would love to hear about, and me and Noah to interview them. And also Quentin will also be a co-host with me for the more bodybuilding hardcore stuff. So stay tuned for that. Thanks for watching.